Hello, and welcome to Viva La Action, the action movie podcast where we're talking about all things action movies. The good, the bad, the underrated. My name is Hati, and with me as always is my co-host, it's Grayson.
Hello.
Hitler has attacked Europe.
Oh no! They're running blitzes in London.
Running a blitz in London. Paris has fallen. What's cracking?
Not much. Just chilling.
We have about a gallon of liquid on this table.
Yeah.
We each have 3 little bottles of water.
Yep.
And a cup of coffee each.
And Santi ate some hot as shit ramen.
Very hot and spicy ramen. Bulldog ramen, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I ate the, I can't remember which flavor it is, but they have different ones. There's like a carbonara one. There's like a kimchi flavored one.
Ooh.
But the one I eat is the black one.
The black one.
Which is just pure
pain.
hate. Yeah.
It is hatred.
But this is a very special episode.
Hell yeah.
We just wrapped up the very first year of our podcast.
That's crazy.
We finished what I'm calling season 1 of Viva La Action. We've had many ups and downs.
Yeah.
Trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
Good movies and bad, and everything in between. Is there anything you'd like to say about the year before we start giving out some awards?
It was crazy. I think I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. Nah, it was crazy. I've never done anything like this.
Yeah.
For this long.
Yeah.
And so the fact that, like, we're still doing it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And we're kind of growing is, it blows my mind.
Yeah. I don't have any numbers in front of me, but I think our very first episode did really well.
Yeah.
And then our second episode, we had this really dramatic drop off because we talked about a less popular movie. In fact, we talked about a movie nobody had ever seen or heard of. And so we've steadily kind of built up from there.
Yeah.
Like on YouTube, we went from having like 2 subscribers to now I think we're around 160,
right,
which is crazy.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Over 100 people thought that we're interesting enough to listen to.
Yeah.
Even though I think we're dumb.
Just a little bit.
So before we get into this, thank you to everybody who's listened.
Yep.
We have more on the way. I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon.
Hell no.
I have too many random things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, we're going to get it. The way this is going to work, I've made a bunch of awards and I've got a bunch of like nominees, as you will. There's a couple in here that are like free choice. So they'll just be like things that we think of. And then I told you that if you thought of anything, you can just throw it in kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into this now. Cue fanfare. That's the dryer beeping.
That's our fanfare.
That is our fanfare. Hopefully I edit in some like lovely Academy style music.
Or something.
Some applause. Yeah.
Do something goofy.
Yeah, I'm going to put in the goofy theme. I'm going to put in just 5 minutes of goofy laughing. Yuck. Getting the yuck. I'm going to start us off easy. I've got a category in here that there's one nominee.
Oh, excellent.
So this should be easy for us. It is Best Movie that came out in 2023 that we reviewed on the show. And the only nominee is John Wick Chapter 4.
Excellent. Well, then I guess it's a tough choice.
It is a tough choice.
But I think we're going to have to give it to John Wick Chapter 4.
I'm going to have to give it to John Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah.
A great film.
Fantastic.
I loved it at the time.
Yep.
I've watched it since. It's still great.
Yeah.
I watched it on a plane.
Ooh.
Where they edited out the more brutal stuff. Which was kind of funny because they do that classic dubbing thing where like they just get another guy to like say a different word instead of like a bad word.
Yeah.
So somebody would be like, "Are you ready to give them hell?" But instead they're like, "Are you ready to give them heck?"
Heck. And it's like a little robotic.
Yeah.
Yep. Are you ready to give him heck?
Yeah. Or it's like, "I'm going to kick your butt."
Right, yeah.
Like, it was good.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. And they edited out all the blood, which I thought was weird. But,
Oh, okay. Well,
whatever. Anyway, John Wick Chapter 4 is now streaming
on
Peacock, I think.
I know some of them
everywhere
are on
else.
Netflix.
Some are on Netflix. Netflix has gotten a bunch of stuff lately. I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know. With Netflix, they like get a bunch of really good stuff.
Yeah.
And then like the very next year, they just drop a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah, they just drop it all, and then they're just streaming like Christmas in the butthole or whatever.
Yeah.
That was bad, Joe. Christmas in Connecticut.
Right? And you're like, I don't want to watch Christmas in Connecticut.
It's just like some 60-year-old guy, and he's fallen in love over Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
I was on Tubi the other day. We've gotten one award in, and I'm already derailed.
It's fine.
So Tubi,
Yeah.
right? It's the
Or
streaming
not
service.
Tubi.
Yeah, I love Tubi.
Yeah.
We're on Tubi, probably. They just have everything on Tubi.
True.
No,
True.
we're not on Tubi, but
We should be.
we should be. Tubi's great if you don't have Tubi. But I was on there the other day because my wife was wrapping Christmas presents, and I was lazy and I just threw all my presents in bags, so I didn't have anything to do. So I was like scrolling through Tubi because I was looking for like some Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Tubi's selection is supreme.
Really?
They had classics like Most Wanted Santa. But my favorite one was it's called like Santa's Got Style, and it's about like a mall, like they need like a mall Santa.
Yeah.
But instead they give him like a makeover. So it's this like super young man.
Yeah.
And he's got like beautiful hair and a beautiful face. But then he's got this giant Santa beard. And he's wearing like a Gucci, like,
Oh my God.
It's fantastic. I didn't end up watching it, but the bit of it that I saw was wonderful. So
Excellent.
that's my choice for Tubi movie of the year.
There you go.
Okay. So our next category, this one is going to be probably different for both of us.
Okay.
This is best movie that came out in 2023 that we didn't review on the show.
Oh.
So this could be any movie, any genre.
Yeah.
Mine is probably going to be an action movie, but that's just because of what I watch mostly.
Yeah.
And so just go through your brain. If you need to look up what came out in 2023, you can feel free.
Look that up because fuck, I barely remember yesterday.
Some notable ones for me before I reveal. I really liked this movie I saw very early in the year. It was called Sisu. It was a Finnish action movie. I think we talked about it back when we used to have mini episodes. I really loved that movie. I really liked this Korean film called Ballerina. I thought that was fantastic. I really liked... Oh, what else came out this year? I liked Fast X. It's not my favorite Fast and Furious movie, but I liked it.
I never got to finish it because some dickhead shut up the theater.
That's right. Yes, I remember. What else came out?
I watched that new Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That was pretty good.
New Mission Impossible was great.
I didn't see that one.
I watched Silent Night. I didn't like it.
That's fair. The Dungeons and Dragons movie was pretty good.
Oh, that was really good.
That was pretty
That
good.
was a good fucking... That was a good movie.
I really wanted to watch Renfield. I never got around to it.
I watched it.
Yeah?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah?
There's a weird, like, mafia storyline in it that I didn't love, but
All right.
Nicolas Cage is great.
Oh,
and
he is.
he's a wonderful Dracula.
Yeah. Ooh, the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, it was so good.
I really liked Barbie.
Barbie
I watched
was
that
good.
finally. I still haven't seen Oppenheimer.
Neither have I. Apparently Cocaine Bear was really good.
I've heard that. I'm adverse to watching it. I can't explain why, but I just...
Wait, you don't want to watch a
feel
bear
like
get hopped up on coke?
No, it's not that. It's just, it's like, this is me being elitist, and
Yeah.
I will admit it. When Cocaine Bear was coming out, I'm just going to talk about this while you're looking.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, isn't this the craziest thing that could ever be made into a movie? Like, isn't this so wild? And as somebody who has seen my fair share of the weirdest things you've ever seen in your life,
Yeah.
it kind of bugs me because it's kind of like, this kind of movie has been made forever.
Yeah.
Like, if you go back to like the 70s and 80s, there are just these like insane movies where animals and all kinds of stuff is like, whatever. So it's like, it's not that crazy to me. So it kind of bugs me for that reason. But once I can put that aside, I'll finally get around to watching it. Your face changed. What happened?
Okay. So I'm on Google.
Yes.
Right, looking up all the movies that came out in 2023.
Uh-huh.
There's a category.
Okay.
Right. So it has like, popular 2023 movies, top picks for you, 2023 action. There's there's a category.
Uh-huh.
More like, and you cannot
God.
guess.
Is it Mexican American? Yeah, I have the same category.
More like Mexican American. Fast X, number 1, right? Super Mario Bros. And I'm like, none of these are like.
It's because we had to Google it so much.
Yeah.
Now Google thinks that's our favorite movie of all time.
Which is upsetting. Blue Beetle. That Blue Beetle movie that came out.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man, it's so good. It was really, really, really good.
This was a good year.
It was. There were some absolute fucking bangers that came out.
But while you think about it, I'll just go ahead and reveal my favorite.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious, but it was Godzilla -1.
Okay.
Came out right at the end of the year. Just swept everybody else to the side.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite Godzilla movie. I need everyone to know that. I'm different. But I loved it. I think it's great. It's one of the better modern Godzilla movies. It's very heartfelt.
Yeah.
It's got some of the best human characters. It's probably got better human characters than all the American Godzilla movies. Yeah, it's just great. I think it can sit alongside the American ones. Like they're very different.
Yeah.
Godzilla's a mean animal in this one.
That's what I've heard.
The effects are very good. I don't think they're as good as some people think they are.
Really?
I think they're real shoddy in places,
Yeah,
which is not bad. I mean,
No.
it's fine. For the budget that it was made on, I think it looks very, very good. Yeah, big fan of it. Godzilla -1. That's probably my favorite movie of the whole year.
Okay.
But what about you?
Man, it's real hard to choose between the Dungeons and Dragons movie and Blue Beetle, because Blue Beetle was just so good. And Across the Spider-Verse. Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to give it to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
I think they did a fantastic job of adapting a tabletop,
Yeah.
turn-based combat RPG into a movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, the actors just goated.
Yeah.
Chris Pine, I love him.
Yeah.
He's like one of the best Chris's.
Yes.
And it was so good because if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons or been around it and you watch that movie, you can pick out like, oh, I know what that spell is, or oh, I know what class ability that is, and it's just really cool. I know a lot of people had an issue with the druid wild shaping into a owlbear, but here's the thing. It's made up.
Yeah, it's not real.
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So to those people, I say,
grow up,
shove it up your ass.
Yeah.
Because it's like just get over it. It's cool as fuck to watch a fucking owlbear.
It's great
from the top ropes.
Yeah.
Just pummel the shit out of the big bad evil guy.
And it just had like it nailed the vibe of the dumbest group of people trying to accomplish something.
Yep.
And like it's a in the end it ends up being like a big kind of event.
Yep.
But what I liked about it was it's not a world-ending story.
No.
At the heart of it, it's just about one guy trying to get his daughter back.
Yeah.
And like they picked the perfect like group of actors to represent like you and your dumb friends getting through this dumb adventure. And like my favorite character in the whole thing is the super serious paladin.
Yeah.
Because every D&D group has a guy who takes it so seriously, and he has zero sense of humor.
Yep.
There's that great bit where he goes over the rock because he refuses to go around it. Like, just a great movie. Like, loved it to death.
Yeah.
I hope it gets another sequel.
Oh man.
A sequel of any kind.
Because I forget, it was so long ago when I watched this, but if I remember correctly, there was like one part where they just spent forever on a plan.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
It just doesn't work.
It just didn't work. Which, if you've ever played D&D, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Or like it's the like investigate a door because the DM described it just a little like too intricately, and so you're like, that door, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it just is like a door.
And it's the perfect, like, Chris Pine is the perfect person to play like a bard.
A fucking bard, yeah.
Because he's handsome, and you believe that he's this like suave whatever, but he's so goofy.
Yep.
And like all their plans are the dumbest. Like
they're just the
like
worst.
the plan to break out is like they're just waiting for this whatever.
Yeah,
Aarakocra, and his name's Jarnathan, so that they can tackle him out of a window. Like just like that's 100% the kind of plan that people who play D&D would come up with. It's a great movie.
It's so good.
It's just a shame it didn't make any money, but it's I just wanted to make more of them.
I know, please. The one thing I was a little bummed about is that we didn't really get to see like, because he's a bard, we didn't get to see like bardic inspiration.
No.
Or any of like kind of the bard spells. I mean, you could argue that maybe he was, a different subclass that didn't really focus on spell casting, but he'd still have some. I wanted to see what bardic inspiration would look like. But other than that, it was really fucking good.
It's so good. So that's a good choice.
That has to be my top.
Good choice. Okay, moving on from movies that came out this year. Let's talk about specifically movies we watched on this podcast. And this next category, it's more subjective, but I think it's I don't know. So the next category is Best Underrated Film of the Year.
Oh.
So these are movies that, in my opinion, we talked about that aren't necessarily mainstream movies.
Right.
They're not necessarily talked about very often as like some of the best.
Right.
So here's the ones that I picked out that I think fall into that. But if you have anything else that you want to throw in there, feel free.
Okay.
So number 1, I have Cleopatra Jones.
Okay.
I have Braven. Constantine. Yip Man: The Final Fight. Lost Bullet. Ninja Assassin. 13 Assassins, and Fury. Those were... I looked at some of the others, like, I thought about including, like, Yip Man 4, but in my opinion, that one is, like, very well loved, and people talk about it, so I'm like, I don't consider that underrated.
Right.
For me, it's, like, movies that you don't see in the conversation a lot, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. My first instinct is to go Constantine, but that... I don't know if it's... People have a love-hate relationship with that movie. A lot of people are like, oh, that's a terrible movie. It's not an accurate representation of Constantine.
Right.
And then on the other hand, people are like, shut up. It's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
And Keanu Reeves is amazing.
Yeah. And it's maybe getting a sequel.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe.
They better.
Well, it's in pre-production, but we'll see if it manifests.
I'm going to hold them at gunpoint. What were the other ones on that list?
So we got Cleopatra Jones.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Braven. Constantine. We already talked about. Yip Man: The Final Fight, which is our second ever episode.
Right, yes.
Lost Bullet, which was that French movie.
Yeah.
Ninja Assassin. 13 Assassins, and Fury.
Okay, I think I have my choice.
Okay. I don't know. This is a good list.
It is a solid list. It's hard to pick, but I think I have my favorite.
Okay.
Out of that list.
All right. We'll say it at the same time. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Lost
13
Bullet.
Assassins.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I really, really liked 13 Assassins.
Yeah.
There was some... that was the one with, like, the rough, dark stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah.
There was that, but, like, I just think the story was really good. And the characters were really likable. Mm-hmm. And it was clear, like, what their goal was in that movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I think for me, why I say Lost Bullet, and we don't have to come to a consensus on this. We can pick whatever we want. But I think looking at this list, the reason I say Lost Bullet is because I think it's the most underrated. In terms of, if you were to look through Netflix's category,
Yeah.
and you saw that come up, you'd be like, who cares? Right?
Right.
Because it looks like every generic
Yeah.
action thriller, French, Liam Neeson thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's so much better than it has any right to be.
Yeah.
And that final car chase is so fucking amazing.
It is very good.
Filled with moments that, for its tiny little budget, are way better than it has any right to be.
Yeah.
Like that moment where he's hauling one car and then he like rips the fender off the other car and like just these crazy stunts done on this little French country road for like no money is crazy to me. And I love 13 Assassins. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, but it's like, I feel like when people talk about that movie, it sits where it's supposed to, I guess. Fury I love, but it's like, it's so grim and like, sad. And Braven to me is like, it's great, but it's not, let me rephrase that. It's good and I like it, but it's not great.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch, but it's not something that's going to sit in history, I guess.
No. And it feels like one of those just like rom-com Christmas movies that they pump out all the time. It's like, this was the action movie version of that, right? They were like, oh, we just need an action Christmas movie. Grab what's his nuts and throw some bullets at him. And
it's good and it's quick and it's dirty, but it's like, and it's got creative stuff in it. But I don't usually sit around thinking I should watch Braven,
right? Yeah.
But Lost Bullet, I look at this list. That's the one that I could put on at any time and just be like, this is fucking great. And it's so short. It's only 90 minutes.
I did really like that about Lost Bullet.
And Ninja Assassin is similar.
Yeah.
But I have to be in a mood to watch Ninja. Like, I have to be wanting something silly and fun and whatever. Yeah. Whereas Lost Bullet, it's got a good mix of everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
But 13 Assassins is fucking phenomenal, too.
It is very good.
All right. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's our next category. And this one's kind of a what's the word? Like jumbo shrimp. What do you call that?
What?
What do you what's the word? It's like, it's something that like, it's two things that should describe it.
Oh, an oxymoron?
Yes. So this next category is a bit oxymoronic.
Okay.
But it's best worst film of the year.
Okay.
So these are all the worst movies we watched this year.
Yep.
Which of these is the best one?
Is the best of the worst.
And I don't mean that like the worst. I mean like of the crap. Which of this crap is the best crap? Right. I guess.
Which would if forced to? Which would we watch again?
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we've got Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yeah.
Mexican American. Hard Ticket to Hawaii. Jim Cotta. Paul Blart Mall Cop. Ballistic X vs. Sever. And I gave an honorable mention. You can throw this one in if you want. You don't have to Fat Man.
Okay.
Because we went into that thinking it would be good, and then it was not that good.
Kind of terrible, yeah.
I have my answer, but I'll let you think about it.
I had to watch one of those again. Okay, I think I have my answer.
You have your answer?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Jim Cotta.
McQuade.
Oh, interesting. I did not expect that. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
As much as I hate Chuck Norris, I think of all of the bad movies, I think that was the least boring.
Okay.
Jim Cotta. I don't remember Jim Cotta well enough.
But you know what? Now that you say that, of all the ones that we've watched, this list makes Lone Wolf McQuade look so good.
Oh, it does. Well, and that's the other part of like why I said that, because I was like, you were like, and like you said Mexican American, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then Paul Blart was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And fucking X vs.
Like, compared to all of those, Lone Wolf McQuade is so fine.
Yeah. It is. Oh, yes, Gymkata. You know, okay, I can see why you said Gymkata.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, for me, like, if I was forced to, Lone Wolf would be top, and then I think Gymkata would be a close second. Just because it is a little bit ridiculous, especially when he gets on the fucking pommel horse.
Yes.
It's just, like, swinging around.
Yes.
Right? But Lone Wolf... man, it was the least boring of all of them, and it felt like there was some effort put into it.
Yeah. I will say this for Lone Wolf McQuade. Looking at all of these, at least in Lone Wolf McQuade, you can tell that A, Chuck Norris is trying, and B, he's doing an okay job of it.
Yeah.
Like...
Yes.
He's at least been in enough of this kind of movie
to know what he's doing.
Like, he's not putting in, an Oscar-winning performance, but
God, no.
He's believable as the character that he's playing.
Yes.
As much as I don't like Lone Wolf McQuade, at least watching it, you're like, that's that guy.
Yep. No, that's pretty much it. That's spot on.
But I'm sticking with Gymkata.
No, that's fair.
Because Gymkata is insane.
Yes.
And it has that weird... sequence where it gets all weird and they're punching the mentally ill and he's on the pommel horse.
Yeah.
And it's got that great scene at the beginning where he's in the worst training montage of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's also when you re-listen, because whenever I make like a TikTok or whatever, I have to re-listen to episodes to find like good parts.
Clips, yeah.
Gymkata is probably our funniest episode.
Is it really?
Just re-listening to it, like, I don't always laugh at, our podcast because I'm like, we're doing this. This isn't, whatever.
Right.
That episode makes me laugh out loud harder than any episode that we've made. Like, just your utter bewilderment is amazing.
Yeah.
We're all... I don't know. That movie holds a special place in my heart.
No, that's fair.
Ballistic is boring.
It's so god-awful.
I can't even try to like that.
And I said this so many times when we recorded that episode, but like the fact that you got Lucy Liu and you did that to her, that's unacceptable.
It is unacceptable.
Like jail time.
It is.
For you. Fuck.
So before I get into this next award.
Okay.
Because this is probably going to be my favorite award of the day.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, did you have any awards that you wanted to present?
Do you have like a best soundtrack on there?
No, I don't. But that's a good one.
It is a good one. Because we tend to talk a lot about the soundtrack when we...
Ooh, that is good. Let me think about that.
Yeah. I need to look through all of our fucking episodes.
A couple jumped to mind.
I was driving here and I was thinking... about like what we tend to talk a lot about with these movies. I was like, soundtrack is...
I'm trying to think, because it's rare that a soundtrack jumps out.
Yeah.
Unless it's bad.
Unless it's terrible. Yeah.
Ooh, I think I have my answer. Oh man, there's some good ones in here. No, I have my answer. I'm ready to go.
Oh, I forgot we watched The Mummy.
Yes.
Oh god, there it is. Mexican American. Fucking hell.
We could give the award for worst soundtrack.
Worst soundtrack, and that gets it.
I don't know. I think that one loses for not really having a soundtrack.
Yeah, true.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about Triple R. Hold on. It throws a wrench in my
thing. Yeah. I know. I'm kind of torn between three different...
No, I still have mine. I'm good.
Okay, I think I have mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have mine.
Okay, we'll go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Indiana Jones.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
That is also a very good choice. I was thinking about Yip Man 4 and what was...
But Indiana Jones, that's a good one.
Yeah. I was also thinking about I'm obviously Triple R.
Yes.
And I did really like the Train to Busan.
It was very good.
Soundtrack, but
see, I almost went Mission Impossible.
I was thinking about that and I thought you might choose it.
But I feel like it's cheating.
Yeah.
Because that theme is so iconic. That it's like hard to overlook it.
Yeah.
But Indiana Jones is so good.
It is. Well, and I kind of have the same thought about Indiana Jones, but like Indiana Jones is such like a comfort movie for me.
Yeah.
And like I grew up with it and I watch it for my birthday every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, come on, it's John Williams.
Yeah.
And so like he's kind of the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
And so I had to, just for it being a classic and just a comfort thing.
I agree.
But no, Yip Man 4, that fucking hit.
I think I just go with Yip Man 4 because when I think about music in a movie, the Yip Man theme is so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it elevates that movie. Like, you watch these other Yip Man movies, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
But the two things that they're missing are Donnie Yen and his choreography and the music. Like, the music in Yip Man is so good. Like, just that like, like when it's like, you know, and he's like fighting somebody and it's these like crazy like violin compositions and it's just like, those take those movies like the next level up. Like they're so, and like Indiana Jones I love, and John Williams is always good, but like Indiana Jones would be great without the music.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without the music, Yip Man is still good, but it's not what it is.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so, but those are both good choices.
Yeah. No, Yip Man's a solid choice. I did really enjoy the
That's soundtrack. A good one. Okay. Do you have any others?
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay. We'll keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
We'll go through our next few. So, this one's very special to my heart.
Okay.
This is the Damien Chapa Award for Most Inexplicable Moment.
Yes.
And let me tell you, for this being the first year of this award, we got some real like contenders.
Hell
this is gonna be a close category. So, first up, we have the man. Look at those pearly whites scene. So we have that whole scene in Mexican American where he has to get the $10,000.
Yep.
Next, we have the Pommel Horse / Village of the Crazies from Jim Cotta.
Yep.
We have the guy on the skateboard / sex doll from Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Yep.
We've got the pissing kid from 13 Assassins. God.
Yeah.
We've got the weird little person villain from Lone Wolf McQuade. And finally, we have the entire plot of Ballistic X versus Sever.
Yeah.
By the way, if anybody wants a really good moment from our podcast, go listen to about the midway point of the Ballistic episode where I try to explain to Grayson the plot of Ballistic.
Yeah.
And I get lost in the middle and we just talk about something else. It's very good.
Yeah,
this is a close category.
Man, there's some good
There is some good ones.
But I think I got mine.
I got mine. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
The
Sex
pissing
doll.
keg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Because I okay, so first of all, the sex doll. Yes, that was wild. However, just based off of how that movie is, it was surprising, but it was like a brief moment of surprise, but then I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. The pissing kid felt so
it's so jarring,
out of place. I was shocked. I lost like the next 5 minutes of that movie because I was trying to process what I had just seen.
No, that's fair.
Because it wasn't like the camera cut to him and he was already pissing.
Yeah.
He's naked on the street. Yeah. They're having this staring contest without breaking eye contact. Yeah. Just starts pissing.
Yeah.
And it threw me for a loop.
Maybe it is the piss kid.
Because I think when that happened, I out loud went, "What the fuck?" and I don't know if I did that with. I mean, I probably did that with fucking Mexican American, but
yeah,
that's in its own world.
Yeah, I don't know. Piss Kid is good. They really threw it like this. This category was set until Piss Kid threw a wrench in the whole thing.
I know. The sex doll is good.
The sex doll is good. The reason I picked that is because if I think about 13 Assassins and I think about that scene,
Yeah.
it sort of has an explanation in the sense that it's supposed to be this, like, showing that this is just a regular village.
Yeah.
And so there's just a naked kid running around pissing. It doesn't really make sense, but at least it has, like...
Yeah.
Whereas the sex doll, there is zero explanation for it. There is no reason for that guy to have that sex doll. I don't know why they blow it up with a rocket launcher. There is no, like...
Yeah.
And then it's just gone again. Nobody mentions it.
Nope.
And that scene also has that line where that guy's like, check out this idiot or whatever. And then it cuts to a man skateboarding on his hands and knees.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is the best moment in that movie, but it has zero explanation. So I don't know. But the Piss Kid is so good. I forgot about that really until I was making this category.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's the one Grayson's going.
Yeah. I feel like Power to that kid. I mean, that's a power move.
That is a power move.
Right? You're just like staring down some dude that, is an assassin.
Yeah.
And you're just dick and balls out.
Yeah.
And then you just hard stream.
If you ever want to intimidate somebody, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good category.
That was a fantastic category.
Unfortunately, Damien Chapa did not win the Damien Chapa Award this year.
Nope.
Somehow he lost, but maybe in the future he may win it.
Another Damien Chapa movie.
If we decide to torture ourselves,
Yeah. Maybe we just make that like a rule. We have to watch one Damien Chapa.
One a year?
One a
God.
year. Ugh.
By the end of the show, we would still have some left.
I know.
Okay. This next category is the Brendan Fraser Award for Most Handsome Boy.
Oh.
Okay. So here are the nominees.
Okay.
We've got Brendan Fraser in The Mummy.
Obviously.
We've got Harrison Ford in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Fuck.
We've got Keanu Reeves in both John Wick and Constantine. We have Ram Charan in Triple R. N.T. Rama Rao Jr. in Triple R. And we've got Ma Dong-seok in Train to Busan.
Fuck.
And then anybody else that you can think of. But I picked those out as the most handsome boys. You could also throw in Sean Connery and Dr. No. Yeah, not my type necessarily.
I prefer him in Indiana Jones.
No, that's fair. As an old man.
He's a silver fox. What can I say?
Okay. You could throw disheveled Antonio Banderas in there.
Yeah.
Little sausage man.
Little sausage guy.
I think I have my answer. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right person.
Fuck.
Yeah, I've got my answer.
Okay, let me see the names of... Because I need to see what these people look like.
So, Ram Charan and N.T. Rama Rao Jr. If you just look up Triple R cast, it's the first two.
All right, I think I got mine.
Okay, I think I got mine.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
I got mine.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Brendan Fraser.
Ooh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was a tie between Brendan and Harrison.
Okay.
Just because in those movies, it like the disheveled, sweaty oil look.
Yes.
Right by the end of it. Oh.
And in The Mummy, Brendan Fraser's got that perfectly floppy hair.
Oh, exactly.
Yes.
It's the hair.
It's the boyish charm.
Yeah. But when I saw those two from Triple R, oh man.
Yeah.
Especially Ram Charan.
Yes. And the reason I'm going to give it to him, as opposed to NT Rama Rao Jr. is because Ram Charan is the handsomest man I've ever seen with a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
He pulls it off.
Yeah.
Like, give him a beard, doesn't work.
No.
He needs the stash.
Just the stash.
Like, and in that scene, like in the Natu Natu scene where he's like teaching the other guy to dance.
Yeah.
He's just like, you just want to jump him. He's so handsome.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
you know, just like the prettiest man I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Well, and I think in all of these cases, I think the other thing that really sells it is the just like open shirt.
Yes.
Where we see just man tit.
Yeah.
Right? We get the cleavage.
Oh, yeah. And like, Ma Dong Sak, I love him. He's this big, you know, bear cub man.
Yeah.
But I love him more for his personality than his look. You know?
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford, classic, love him.
Yep.
Keanu, love him to death.
Yep.
Constantine's not his best look. Don't love short hair on him. I think he looks better with long hair.
Yep.
And in John Wick 4, he's just beaten to a pulp. So
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, poor guy, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my reasoning.
No, that's a solid choice.
Thank you. I liked yours as well.
And him dancing.
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
He's second. Maybe it's Brendan, Rom, and then Harrison.
That's fair.
I think
That's fair.
I think that's the order for me.
I like it. Okay. This next one's an interesting category.
Okay.
Because I thought it would be smaller, but then looking through it, it's actually a pretty big category.
Okay.
So this is best movie that passed the Bechdel test.
Oh.
It's a bigger category than you might think. So
really interesting.
So we've got Hard Ticket to Hawaii. Shockingly, that passes.
How?
Fury.
Okay.
Train to Busan. The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. Lost Bullet. Cleopatra Jones and Rogue One.
And okay, Rogue One actually isn't too surprising.
No, some of these were surprising.
Yes,
I was surprised that Lost Bullet passes.
Yes,
but it does technically have a scene where two female characters talk to each other about something that's not a man,
and they're both named.
And they're both names. Yes. I think of these, I have my answer.
I think I have my answer too.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Fury.
Train to Busan.
Ooh, good. Okay.
That was one of my favorite, I think, zombie movies I've ever, because I've seen like I think World War Z. And I know it's not a movie, but I've seen like the first few episodes of Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
Train to Busan was just so unique in how they handled like zombies. And the effects were really good. Yeah. And the characters were awesome.
Yes.
I love the characters.
Yeah. And for really only being set in like 2 locations, Train to Busan is amazing.
It is phenomenal. And that final scene where they're walking down the like tunnel is, and they're like the military's just about to shoot them, but then she starts singing. I thought that was really good.
Yes. It's got a good ending.
Yeah. Lost Bullet though.
Lost Bullet's great. I said Fury because
Fury. Yes.
I just love Fury, but I think the lead performance is really good.
Yes.
And I like that it's a female-led movie.
Yes.
Where they don't... It's not commented on that she's a woman all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, I never thought a woman could fight like that or whatever.
Right,
it's just like, she is a woman who can fight.
Yes.
And she is on a mission to save her daughter, and that's like...
And that's
pretty much the whole thing. Like... And there's stuff in Fury that I don't love, but what I like about it overall is just like the action is really good. She's really good.
Yes.
And it feels like a movie with a woman in it that is like true to that experience, I guess. Like it doesn't feel weird and like a cartoonish, like, for example, she doesn't go from being in like a, you know, regular outfit to being like a weird, sexy outfit. She stays in like her dirty clothes the whole time,
right?
Which is like commendable, I think. And if we're talking about movies that pass the Bechdel test, I think it's the only one in this category that is like one step forward in like female-led action movies.
Yes, absolutely.
And I commend it for that.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
And Hard Ticket to Hawaii sets gender relations back about 90 years.
But it somehow passes the
It does somehow pass. I think it even passes while the women are topless, which is kind of amazing in and of itself.
Jesus fuck. What a weird, fucked up movie.
Oh, terrible film.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I've got 2 categories now,
Okay.
back to back, that are actor related.
Okay.
So, this first one is the best Rachel Weisz movie. So we watched 2 movies with Rachel Weisz in it.
Okay.
The first was Constantine.
Oh, yes.
And the next was The Mummy.
Oh, fuck.
Both very good.
Yes, both phenomenal movies.
But I think there's a clear winner here.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if, we'll see. All right, we'll see.
3, 2, 1.
The Mummy.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a great movie.
It is so good. And that was the first time that I ever seen that movie.
Yeah.
This is actually the first time I'd seen either one of those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Constantine is good.
Yes.
The Mummy's just better.
It is better. It's just better.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's so good.
There's not much to say about it. It's just a great movie.
It's phenomenal.
It's a classic.
I could put it on right now.
Yes, it's great. It's easily watchable.
Yep.
It's on in the background. You're paying attention to it. You're not paying attention to it. It's great no matter what.
You look up, there's Brendan Fraser. Yeah. Eye candy.
Watch it once. Watch it twice. Watch it 100 times. Who cares? It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. So the next one is the best Donnie Yen film.
Ooh.
So we've got Yip Man 4.
Yep.
And we have Rogue One.
Yes.
And John Wick 4.
Oh, right. Oh, that's kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
And then I actually have a surprise third category in this subcategory.
Okay, I think I had... I think I have my answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also have my answer.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. John Wick 4.
4.
Ooh.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah. When I think of Donnie Yen, I think of Yip Man.
Yes.
Right? And he does such a good job of filling that role.
He does.
And his choreography is just so spot on, and he's such a good fucking actor.
Yes, he is. Yeah, and his performance in that one is the best, I think, of all the movies.
Yeah.
Because he's old.
Yeah.
And he's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think even like the 3 movies leading, I don't think I've seen the third one. That's the one with Mike Tyson, right?
Yeah. You don't need to see that one.
I've seen the big fight in that, and that's I think all I need. But the first 2 Yip Man films are so good.
Yes.
And he does such a good job of like playing somebody who's in that position.
Yes.
It's so believable.
Yeah.
And he does a really good job of just being like the most humble motherfucker around.
Yeah.
But then also being like, if you fuck with me, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
His performances in Rogue One and John Wick also astounding.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
But when I think of Donnie Yen, I think of Yip Man.
No, that's fair. I just think if this were Yip Man 1 versus John Wick 4,
yeah,
it would be different. But because it's these 2, I have to give it to John Wick 4 because he is the highlight of that movie.
Yeah.
Like, there is so much good stuff in John Wick 4.
Yeah.
But every time Donnie Yen is on screen, you're only watching him.
Yeah.
Like, that scene where he's in the Japanese, compound, and he's got the door, like the motion sensor doorbells.
Yes.
And he's fucking getting dudes around the corner.
Yeah.
He gives that guy the wind-up punch. Like, he's so delightful.
Yeah.
And that movie is so good. That character has a great resolution.
Yeah.
Like, he's so likable. He's quippy. He's like, you're on his side even though he's against John Wick.
Like,
you want him to win. Like, just such a good movie, and he's such a highlight of it. That Yip Man 4 I love, but it's just if I think about the Yip Man movies, it's not as good as 1.
Right.
None of them are.
No.
But
no.
So if it was those two, I would give it to Yip Man 1. But it's John Wick 4 in this case.
That is valid. No, he is. I forgot about the fucking doorbells. That was so cool.
It is so cool.
I like how he plays. If he's not playing Yip Man, he just plays blind guys. Yeah. I think it's so funny. He does it really well, though.
He does. And that wind-up punch is so funny.
Yeah.
He literally gives him the why I oughta. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay. My next category. I was surprised to learn that this category actually had more than one option. Oh. It is the best Walton Goggins film that we watched.
Oh, shit.
So we have Fat Man.
Yep.
And then we also have The Bourne Identity.
That's right.
Yes, he's one of the tech guys in that movie.
That's right.
As a very young Walton Goggins.
Wow.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I was rewatching stuff because I was making that TikTok, and then he popped up, and like there was like a clip with him in it, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot he was in that. I mean, it's not really a competition. The Bourne Identity is a better movie, but
yeah. I think I like. Here's the thing. I like Walter, and it might just be because Fat Man was like the last thing we watched.
Yeah.
But I remember Walter Goggins' performance in Fat Man better than I do in Bourne Identity.
Well, yeah.
Just because it was more ridiculous.
Yes.
But yeah, I think Bourne Identity.
Also, I feel like I don't want to correct you because I don't know if you're doing a bit or not, but his name is Walton Goggins. Walton.
Not Walter?
No, it's Walton. You said it a lot on the last episode, and I thought you were joking, and I didn't want the internet to get mad at you. His name's Walton.
What kind of fucked up name is that?
I don't know.
Oh, that poor guy. Hey, Walton? Go change your name.
That's why I call him Wally.
Wally?
Wally Goggs.
Wally Goggs. I'll just call him Mr. Goggins.
Mr. Goggins. Mr. Goggins, if you're listening.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah. Sorry for calling you Walter.
It's okay.
Why didn't you say something sooner?
Because I thought you were doing a bit. I didn't want to ruin your bit.
Jesus. Well, fuck. That's my bad.
Yeah, I love him in Fat Man.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, with his little hamster.
Yeah, his hamster and his weird performance. He's great. But The Bourne Identity is a better movie.
Yeah, it's just straight up better movie.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Yeah.
I thought I'd throw that in there at the end. Okay, now, if you don't have any other categories...
I don't think so.
We've got our last 3.
Okay.
So these are our last 3 categories. This one's kind of hard, this next one.
Oh, shit.
I'm just going to let you know. So this is worst movie of the year.
Oh, brother.
So we've got Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yeah.
Mexican American. Hard Ticket to Hawaii. Jim Cotta. Paul Blart Mall Cop. Ballistic, X vs. Sever. And Fat Man. This is tough, this one.
This is really fucking hard.
I do have my answer. But I'll let you think about it.
Shit. Fuck. Man, I think I have mine.
Okay.
Fuck.
I'm ready. If you're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Paul Blart Mall Cop!
Oh, let's go.
It's awful.
It's so bad.
It's so woefully bad. It's not just boring.
No,
it's unfunny.
Yeah. My reasoning is I was like thinking about all of the other movies, right? Yeah. And like some of the jokes in those other movies kind of landed.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever once laughed at Paul Blart.
No.
And like the constant fat jokes.
Yes.
And like I know like he was kind of making them at his own expense, but I'm like, brother, chill. It's not.
Yeah, it's not funny.
No, it's not. And like you don't be putting yourself down like that. just stop.
Like, and I can look at all these other movies, and if I can't pick out something I like, I can at least pick out something I remember.
Yes.
Right? Like, Lone Wolf McQuade, I don't like it.
No.
But it has that weird villain, and it's got that just weird performance, and like, it's got stuff in it. And like, I like the score in Lone Wolf McQuade.
Oh yeah,
like
it's great.
That spaghetti western like feeling to it. Mexican American is inexplicable and weird and terrible.
It's infamous on this show.
And we did a commentary on it, which I haven't put out yet. But it's like rewatching it. I was just a joyous experience. Just like, it's painful, but it's like, there's so many weird little things in it. Hard Ticket to Hawaii is baffling.
It's just the strangest thing you might have ever seen.
But it was fun to talk about.
Yes.
Paul Blart wasn't even fun to talk about.
No.
It was just two people going, you know how bad this is?
Yeah.
This is not even funny.
No.
It's like, Ballistic at least has that one good stunt in it where that guy falls off a building.
Yeah. And it has Lucy Liu, which even though she was put in like the worst acting role imaginable, she did her best. And she is just a treat to watch.
Definitely. And Fat Man has Walton Goggins, you know.
Right.
And he's the best.
He is fun. And it's got the weird... It doesn't have a weird take. It's just an interesting take on Santa's elves.
Yeah. But Paul Blart is
just
not even worth
awful.
your time.
No.
Not worth talking about. I wish we talked about something else.
I know. It's bad.
I'm glad we agreed on that.
I know.
Okay. This next one's our biggest category.
Okay.
So there's a lot of options here, and I probably don't even have all of them.
Okay.
But here we go. This is Best Movie of the Year.
Shit.
So, and so what I was originally going to do was I was going to put your score next to each one.
Okay.
So you would kind of have a gauge, but I don't want to sway you.
Yeah.
I want this to be your fresh opinion after you've thought about it all year.
Yeah.
So here we go. These are the nominees. We've got Triple R. We've got Clan of the White Lotus. We've got Rogue One. Yip Man 4. John Wick 4. Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Fast and the Furious. The Mummy. Fury. Dr. No. The Bourne Identity. Mission Impossible. Ninja Assassin. Train to Busan. Zatoichi, the Blind Assassin. Or the Blind Swordsman. 13 Assassins. And then I also wanted to, I didn't have it on here, but I wanted to add Braven. Because I do remember you liking that movie a lot.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, I think that's all I wanted to add. Oh, and also Cleopatra Jones. I'll throw on there as well.
Yeah.
And feel free to pull up your phone and look through the thing if you have to. Because I may have missed one or two.
Yeah.
I went into this having an answer, so I'm already prepared, but
Okay.
this also isn't fair because I had much more time to think about this than you did.
No, that's fine. I mean, I was already kind of thinking about the best one because I knew that would probably be a category. Shit. That's hard.
It is hard. We watched some bangers.
I know. They're all so good. Fuck. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you'll see this coming, but I think I have my answer.
Okay. I'm ready.
I think I got it.
All right. Okay. With that, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Triple R.
Zatoichi. It
That is fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
No.
Go ahead.
It was one of those movies that I think kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah.
Because let's see, it was, when did that movie come out? It's really
1964.
old. It was our oldest movie, right?
Or 62. Yeah, it is our oldest movie.
It's our oldest movie. And I think that's why it took me by surprise, because I didn't expect it. It's the 60s.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
And I really, really had a good, fun time watching it.
Okay.
Triple R is just fantastic.
Yes.
It was really good. I love a good, musical.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm calling Triple R fucking
It
musical.
is a musical.
But yeah, Zatoichi surprised me with how good it was.
Yeah.
And I found myself going, man, I really enjoyed that, and I didn't know if I really expected to. I expected to like it as much as any movie from that era.
Yeah.
Which is like a little bit. But it just was really good. So
all right.
Yeah, Tale of Zatoichi.
That is very surprising, but you know what? I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to go with Triple R. Like, just looking at the list, it's very tight.
Yes.
Especially because something like Raiders is so close to the heart.
Yeah.
The Fast and the Furious is great.
Yeah.
The Mummy. But Triple R, maybe it's recency bias, but it is the movie that more or less inspired this show.
Yeah.
Because it was so phenomenal, but I had no one to talk to about it. And so I had to show somebody it. Like, just like, look at this. Like, and that's kind of the whole premise of the show is like me going, look at this. Right. And it's just so, it reinvigorated my love of movies. Like it made me excited about like where movies are. And it's like, anytime a movie can do that, that's a good thing. Like, introduced me to this whole other world of movies. Like, I'd seen Indian films before, but like never anything like that.
Right.
And just like, people have their issues with it. It's got little things in it that I don't love, like its length and it's like certain scenes that drag on for too long, but it's a masterpiece. And it's like, it's so rare now. I mean, it's always been rare, but it is rare for me now where I watch something and the whole time I'm going, this is it. Like, this is a master. Like, this guy went in knowing exactly what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And it's executed perfectly. Yeah. And it's just like, and like, things like Raiders are that, but Raiders has been around for so long, and it's a product of its time. Yeah. But Triple R feels fresh, and it feels interesting and fun, and it's a voice we don't hear very often, and it's just great. It's just it's so many things that I love about movies and about people and just about everything, and it's just it's just everything I love.
No, that's fair. It was a very, very good movie, and I think having it be our first episode and our first movie was a good idea. Yeah. And it's a watermark for what I wanted the show to be, or what I want it to be, which is, we're talking about stuff that is like perceived a certain way. Right. But I think has more value in it than people give it credit for. Right. Yeah. And Triple R is the perfect example of that, right? People think of Indian films this certain way. Yes. And it's like making somebody sit down and watch Triple R, I think, would change most people's minds about what that is or what that means. I don't know. I could wax poetic about it all day long. Yeah. But. Well, I think that's what I think a little bit of like what Zatoichi was for me, because like I said, like a lot of movies from the 60s, and I haven't seen very many, but I've seen like, Star Trek from the 60s. I had this like perception that they were just kind of like meh. Right, because we like just started making movies with sound. Yeah. Right. It just was like one of these things where like, even, what is it now, 60 years ago, people were still telling these really great stories. Yeah. And that's what I like about like the like old movies that are really good, because it reminds me that like great stories have always been a thing. Yes. And like there have been really good storytellers. Right. And I think that was Zatoichi for me. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And so it just, I was like, damn. Yeah. It really was very good. Like when you had told me about Triple R, I kind of already had an expectation going in that, like, oh, this is going to be good. Yeah. Blew those expectations out of the water. Yeah. and it just, I don't think you could have said anything to prepare me for how good it was.
Right.
Because I don't think the words have been invented yet.
No.
But yeah, it was really good.
Well, I think you're right too, in the sense that like Zatoichi, I think, is not what people think it is.
No.
Because if I tell you, oh, it's a movie about a blind samurai,
Yeah,
people will have this idea of what that means.
Yes.
And I think certain people have this perception of like, if I say like it's a Japanese movie from the 60s, they're thinking like Godzilla.
Yes.
Right? Like corny,
yeah,
whatever. Unless you're like a cinema nerd or whatever.
right.
But Zatoichi is like, it is a really delicate balance of humor and action and cinematography and mood, and it's also sad and like meditative, and it's one of the slowest movies we watched, but you don't feel like it's slow.
No.
You're watching it with this like, I don't know, you're like, wow, like,
Yeah.
like, and it's in black and white, and
Yes.
it's like it's not even in the language that we speak, and
Right.
yet it speaks to,
It transcends language.
It does. It is a great movie.
Yeah.
And it did surprise me rewatching it, because I haven't seen it in so long that I was
Right.
like, this is so much better than I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what my score was for that movie?
It was high. I think it was like a high 8 or a 9.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But people should also remember, when we score things on the show, we've usually seen the movie very recently.
Yes.
For you, it would be the first time very recently.
Yes.
So we haven't ruminated on it very
Right.
long.
Yeah.
So always keep that in mind. Like, take everything with a grain of salt. Also,
Yes.
the ranking's just for fun. It's not really serious.
It doesn't really mean anything.
No. Speaking of which, this is our final category. Incredibly subjective. In fact, we probably shouldn't be making this category.
Oh yeah, whatever.
But here we
whatever
go.
we want.
Best episode of the year.
Oh, fuck. Oh, brother.
I think I have my answer.
Best episode. Oh. Ooh,
Now, this can be what you think is because you don't really re-listen to the show.
I occasionally do.
Occasionally, okay. Well, this can be either what you think is the best to listen to,
Yeah.
or the most fun you've had recording, or the most interesting. Again, I think I have my answer.
I remember there was one episode that I remember getting home and I told my roommate, I was like, that was a good fucking episode we just recorded.
Okay.
Fuck, but I can't remember.
See, I always think, like, while we're recording, I'm always like, this is a bad one. I'm always like, you're talking too much, Romero.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
Shut the fuck up. I know it was a recent one.
Okay. Let's see. What did we do recently? We did Paul Blart.
Ugh.
We did Fat Man.
Fat Man, Paul Blart, 13 Assassins,
We did
Zatoichi,
Zatoichi.
Train to Busan.
Was it an in-person or was it a remote?
It wasn't in person.
Okay. Because the last... we did Fat Man in person.
We did Fat Man in person. We did Paul Blart.
We did 13 Assassins.
Train to Busan, I know we did in person.
No, we didn't.
We didn't?
No. The Halloween ones we did remotely.
Oh, okay.
I remember that.
Okay.
And our Spy trilogy we did remotely too.
All three of them?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I think I have my answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have my answer.
Okay. I have mine.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Train to
Gymkata.
Busan.
Ooh. Okay. All right. What's your reasoning?
Okay. Yes, Train to Busan. I don't know, that episode, it just felt good
Yeah.
recording that one.
That's fair.
And I think because I think we talked a lot about the art, like the artistry
Yeah.
of that movie.
Well, I remember talking a lot about the production too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it felt good.
Yeah.
I know we had some really, I know a lot of the, like, I think Hard Ticket to Hawaii was really funny and
Yes.
Gymkata was really funny.
Yes. Hard Ticket to Hawaii is, re-listening to that episode, it's way funnier than I remember it being.
Yeah. But yeah, because I liked Train to Busan so much, and I just think we had really good things to say.
Yes.
And so it felt good.
Okay.
So
I think this one's harder for me because, one, I am very hypercritical of myself.
yeah.
And so because I'm the one who does the editing, I am like, by the time an episode is done and put out, I have re-listened to my own dumb voice so many times that I'm like so sick of it.
Yeah.
That I'm like, it's hard for me to judge how good an episode is anymore.
Yeah.
And I usually don't, like, there's episodes where I have a lot of fun, but it's rare that I leave going, that was a good one. You know what I mean? And it's not because of anything that you do or anything.
Right.
It's more just that, like, I'm so in my own head about, like, is this good? Am I doing a good job? You know, whatever. That it's like,
yeah.
by the end of it, I'm usually like, well, that was terrible, you know? But
no, it's fair.
Jim Cotta, in the moment, felt good.
Yeah.
And it was funny in the moment, like, and it's funny to re-listen to.
Yeah.
But I think we did a good job of that episode of balancing, like, the funny with the production history.
Yeah.
And talking about how, you know, what worked about it and what didn't.
Right. Being critical.
And, like, there's so many moments in that where we make really good jokes. And, like, it's just a great episode. A close second for me would have been Mexican American.
Yeah.
But we had mic issues in that one.
Oh, really?
And so when you re-listen to it, it's kind of rough to listen to.
Gotcha.
Same with Clan of the White Lotus.
Oh, really?
That is a fun episode, but my mic gets really wobbly in the middle.
Ooh.
And I sound like I'm in a cave.
Uh-huh.
So that's annoying. But
well,
besides that, yeah, great episodes.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's my last category.
Hell yeah.
It was a good year.
It was a fantastic year.
A lot of good nominees.
Yep.
Sorry to all those who didn't win.
Yeah, maybe next year. Just kidding.
Yeah, just kidding. No. But here's to 2024.
Fuck, that's crazy.
A whole new year.
2024.
Let's do this for at least one more year.
Yeah.
And then cancel it like a Netflix show.
Yeah. We get greenlit for season 2, and then we tease season 3, and then it never happens.
Yeah, and then it never happens. Or we do season 3 and the budget's like half as much.
Yeah.
So we do like one episode a month.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're shit.
Yeah. One thing I'll say for this podcast. I don't know why I started doing this voice, but I would say if you're a brand new listener to the show, for some reason you started here. Why'd you do that?
Go back.
But I would say this show has gotten better as we've gone.
Yeah.
I would say our last few episodes are some of the best we've done.
Yep.
And I'm glad people are jumping on now that we're doing it this way.
Yes.
But it's only going to get better.
Yes.
I have so many plans for the new year.
Hell yeah.
Interesting movies to talk about and things we're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be our best year ever.
Hell yeah.
Year 2.
This in some cases like Shrek, the sequel is always better.
It is always better. This year will be better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening.
Hell yeah.
If you like this show, what should they do? What award should they give us?
The 5-star award.
Yes, absolutely.
It's where you give us 5 stars.
Yes.
Or if you're on YouTube, the thumbs up award.
Yes, the thumbs up award.
Like it.
The comment award.
Comment award. Comment.
The share award.
The share award. the rate us on the things award.
Yes. If somebody could do me a favor, just one person. This is all I'm asking. Give us one more review on Spotify.
Please.
We are currently at 7, and that is bugging the hell out of me.
Yeah.
7 is such a random number.
Yeah.
Like 8 is not that much better, but at least it's even.
Yeah.
Like, can you at least just give us 8?
Yeah. Please. Please.
I don't need the rating to go up. You can review it whatever you want, but just one more would be nice. That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah. Then go follow us on all the things: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Yes.
We have an email.
We do have an email.
And we have. Is that a poll thing still up? That Google thing?
Yes. I didn't actually make it yet.
Oh.
I did leave the clip in that episode where I said I was going to.
Yeah.
To encourage myself to do it, and then I forgot.
Excellent.
So it will be up this time. definitely. Wink.
There you go.
But yes, if you want to submit a suggestion, we will have a Google survey thing in the description. Just click on that, and you can suggest a movie for us to watch.
Yeah.
Like Grayson said, send us an email, vivalaaction@gmail.com. They said all the socials already, but TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, those are the big ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to say too, if for some reason you are interested in my movie opinions and you want to follow me specifically, you can follow me on Letterboxd. I have started a list of every movie I'm going to watch in 2024. So you can follow me over there. I think you just search Santiago Romero. I pop up. I'm one of like 4, so you'll find me. Yeah. It's got a picture of me in 0.5 perspective. So
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you can follow me over there. You can follow Grayson around the streets of Albuquerque.
Yeah. I don't really use... the only real social media I use is TikTok and Tumblr, so...
Well, follow Grayson on Tumblr. Just kidding. Don't do that. Protect their privacy.
Yeah. I repost some weird shit over there, so...
at tentacle porn.
It's... Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You don't know.
I don't know. You'll find Grayson browsing Tumblr for tentacle porn.
Yep.
And you'll find me waving a Vienna sausage above my head, screaming hallelujah.
Nice.
Thank you so much for listening.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, this is now after the credits. This is a special post-credit scene for the podcast.
Ooh.
Where I tell you what we're going to watch next week.
Ooh, oh, excellent. Okay.
So I've made up my mind.
Okay.
We're going to watch Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian. Okay.
It is a 1980s film starring one Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger
Well, that's
film.
good, because we haven't watched one on the show yet. So this will be our introduction.
I need to set a reminder.
So it would be like the 14th?
14th?
So then
that'll work.
If you want to watch it on the 13th.
Can do. Let's see. Alarm. Oh God, Paul. My last alarm was for Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Oh, fuck.
I gotta get rid of that. Jesus fuck.
But it's a 1980s sword and sorcery film.
Ooh.
It'll be our first fantasy film.
Excellent.
I wanted to watch it because it's kind of a cold and bleak film.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for the cold and bleak that is January and February.
Yes. What is it called again?
Conan the Barbarian.
One N or two N's?
One N. It's spelled like the comedian Conan. I
don't know.
And then Barbarian is spelled like barbarian.
No, I thought it was spelled like something else. Barbarian.
It's Conan. Conan.
Conan. Okay. Conan the Barbarian on the 13th. Done.
And we'll watch that. And then after that... So, are you aware of the sword and sorcery genre?
No.
Okay, sword and sorcery films are kind of like... kind of like Conan the Barbarian. But they're like... they're mostly like 1980s films.
Okay.
That are like... it's like big muscly men and they have a sword and they're in the desert and they're fighting a wizard or whatever.
Okay.
So, I kind of wanted to do like a sword and sorcery film, which is why we're watching Conan the Barbarian.
Okay.
And then I wanted to switch gears and watch something else.
Okay.
So I don't have any ideas yet. But since it's February, I was thinking some sort of like romance film. That's also an action film.
Okay.
So we'll have to think about that. But
yeah, I'll do some research.
Okay. That's an insight into our future.
Excellent.
Yeah. This is the extra bit. I don't have an intro, outro, or intro.
So whatever.
Thanks for listening.
Yep.
Bye, bitch.
Adios, motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. My hair is pulled back like I'm in American Psycho. Okay.
There you go.
Exposing those pale eyelids. There are so many.
Oh. I was like, what's that?
What the fuck?
It's a video about apes.
Oh,
About primates.
excellent.
About those scary looking ones that can pull their lips back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My mom. No. Wait. I'm supposed to say your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom's too nice
Yeah.
for that. I'm so loud. Why am I so loud?
Probably because your volume's up.
Yeah. Why am I so... There we go. That's better. There we go. Now we sound the same.
Whoa, hey.
Well, hey. Okay.